Hey guys, welcome to Joy of the Trades Weekend Edition. Talked a lot about stocks last week. It's October, it's the last quarter of the year, and we are in the home stretch. We have election 2020 coming up, and what I want to do today is something I'm probably going to be doing for pretty much every week now, is going through different things about the election. So this week I wanted to do a little bit of an analysis, just looking back one election cycle since it already had Trump in it. I'm going to look at the 2016 election, and then we're going to extrapolate what's happening now. So this week, obviously, the week that just passed, we had a debate. We obviously had the COVID news with Trump, but already from the beginning of the week with the debate on Tuesday, we saw a change in betting polls probabilities on who would be the next U.S. president. So let me show you what I look at, and you can see how that looks. There we go. So this week we saw the odds for Joe Biden to be president go to 61.3%. And we saw the odds of Donald Trump to get reelected go to 39%. It was trading almost even back in September, almost even money. Still kind of just like paying juice on a normal bet. I've seen Trump at plus 130. You bet 100 to win $130. Not too crazy. Not too crazy. But it's spreading out. It's spreading out. It's like a money link to what's happening right now. So something to pay attention to. Biden had a boost. Happened last time too. So I went back and I went on this Real Clear Politics. I don't know if you guys know this website, but it's excellent. It's got a lot of data. So for data junkies, I'm a market junkie. So I love numbers. I love statistics. I love data. It's rich with that. Look at this. Hillary Clinton, 88%. She went out at an 88% favorite. Donald J. Trump was at 13% likely to win the presidency at exit on election day. This was the last election day odds. They obviously had this violent cross in the middle as all the Florida electorate started coming in, and Trump won. But it was improbable, okay? So what happened? What happened last time? Let's look at the market. Then I want to see what happened last time in 2016 with the market. I remember trading it. I remember talking about it. I remember analyzing it. It was wild. This was the same period last year that we're looking at, October, but I did it through the end of the year. And this is the S&P here, okay? So if you look at this candle here, this is election day, 2016. This was the down move in the S&P. This was the future. I'm looking at the S&P future here because I wanted to see after hours action. That's when the election was. It happened at night. So I wanted to see off hours. Off hours, you had a move from 2150 down to 2050. You had a 5% move from the close. S&P futures was down 5% that night as Trump had become nominated the president. By the end of close the next day, not only had we made back that 5%, but we made back another 2%. So a 7% move from the low to high, 5% close, and then another 5%, another 7% up, a 12% round tripper in 24 hours. So I love trading the election. Those of you that follow me are going to, if you join, if you subscribe, probably going to do a special election situation where we're live streaming and talking about this event. But if you watch here, after the election, we had a very smooth, unvolatile, and you can tell that by the size of these candles, lower volatility. So bigger volatility in October. You see lots of big blue candles here in October with this huge capitulation day. And then a bunch of smaller candles, a couple of big candles here at year end. That's not unexpected. But the point that I'm making is that it's smoothed out. The vol going into the election was much bigger than the vol after. That might be different this time because we are going to have probably shenanigans post this election. But then I'll take it a step further, and I wanted to see what were the best sectors in the S&P 500 after the election. So the next day, November 9th, 2016, through the close, oil and gas drillers who have been killed this year were an awesome screaming buy. So that's something I'm keeping my eye on. That is something I'm keeping. And I've been bearish on these types of stocks. I've been shorting these stocks, as you know, profitably for the last 6 months. But let's see what else rallied. Investment banks. I talk a lot about that. There's a lot of pressure on investment banks with the Democratic regime. They're scared for regulation. They're scared for higher taxes. They're scared for Wall Street stamp taxes. They're scared of a Biden presidency. So oil and gas, investment banks went up like crazy in the last 2 months after Trump won. Gold, interestingly, was weak. That sticks out to me in this group here. Healthcare and gold, not so great. Not so great. Healthcare technology, biotech. So something to keep an eye on. I will keep this up. I'll come back to this week, as we get closer to the election to do a reminder of this. But just stuff to think about, food for thought on this weekend as you prepare your strategy for this super interesting final quarter of 2020. So always fun. Going to be a great week next week. Let's see what kind of news bombs we have come out this week. I'm sure there'll be something. There's always something. That's why I never sleep. That's why I got to take my cat naps. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your weekend. Be back on Monday to make some money. LFG.